Okay, so we just talked about how planet is a big round ball that we live on called Earth. There's also planets like, what did we say, Saturn, Venus, Mars. Fantastic. All right, thank you, Sergio. Very good. So, who would like to read this first sentence for us here? Let's see, Dennis, you got a point. I'm going to give it to... Is there anybody who doesn't have a point yet who would like to read? Dennis, I gave you a point. Ready? Somebody with no points. All right, Anastasia, go ahead. Super Vlad, why don't you take that chair over there? Yeah, so then you can be in the picture. Huh? Well, no, I want you in the picture because when you're a famous MBA, you take my big black chair if you want. No? You sure? All right. Okay, Anastasia.
There are no species of insects
Mm-hmm.
than any other form of life.
Very good. There are more known species of insects than any other form of life. Very good. This first word here, known. We all know what the word to know is. What do you think known means?
Like known, you know.
Huh?
It's like
I'll just make it easy. This means something that we know about, right? Yeah, exactly. Something that we know about. So what do you think this sentence says? It says there are more known species of insects than any other forms of life. Does this mean that we know about all insects? No. If you see this known, it means these are just the ones we know about, but there's probably others that we don't know about, right? All right. Species. Did we talk about species? This word right here. Species. Yeah, groups of different groups of what, Vlad? Animals. Yes. There's also plants. So let's say groups of animals or plants. We'll keep it simple. Insect. Who can act out what an insect looks like? Who can show me what an insect looks like? Somebody with no points. Let's see. Alsace. Cedric. Is Cedric's gone, isn't he? Greg, Jack, Jimmy, Ray, Thomas, Tony. You guys got the first chance. Who can act like an insect? Insect. Who knows what an insect is? Raise your hand. Insect. Nobody knows what an insect is besides Vlad? Okay, let me show you what it looks like. Yes, it's like a little animal. These are insects, right? They're like animals, but they're not quite animals. Right? These are all insects. So how would we describe those? Bugs. Small animals. Like spiders. Everyone knows Spider-Man? Everyone knows Spider-Man? And the spiders, it goes like that, right? Tell me, Gray.
Spider is not a kind of insect.
It's not an insect?
Yeah.
Really? What is it?
Because insects is the small animals 6 feet and 2 meters.
Uh-huh. That's what an ant has 6 feet and 2 wings? Is that what you said? Very good. I'm going to keep it simple. Okay, I'll take spiders out of here. um, okay, good. So Greg gets some points there. Form of life. What do you think of when you think of form? Form. I'm just going to keep it simple and I'm going to say type or kind. Does everyone understand? Okay. These words, by the way, that I'm putting in Quizlet here are going to be on our quiz that we'll have on Friday. You should expect a quiz on Friday. All right. Who'd like to read this next sentence? Somebody with no points gets first chance. Jimmy's sort of doing it. Jimmy's like, maybe. Oh. Okay, you going to do it? All right, Jimmy's not scared. He's going to do it. Remember, I don't care if you pronounce it properly or not. All right, go ahead, Jimmy. Mm-hmm. Species. Beatles. Beatles. Yeah. Have you heard of the rock band, the Beatles, from a long time ago? It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. But when I get home to you, all the things that you do. This word here, among. Among. Who knows what this means? Among. Anyone know this one? Yeah. Ooh, this is a hard one. Among. Okay, let me give you an example. Among all of the students in the class, there are only 2 girls. Like a fraction, right? I'm going to put this in a blank, because if I don't, then you know the answer. Everybody get it? Okay, good. 4% are beetles. And let me show you what a beetle looks like. This is what a beetle looks like. There's also a car called a Beetle, the Volkswagen Beetle. This right here, you see that? Because it looks like a bug like this, right? It's got the round, it's a round car. These are beetles. They have really hard shell on the outside. They're cute, aren't they? Gucci, Gucci. All right. So those are beetles. I'll put a picture of it. All right. So moving on to our next slide here. Who can tell me once again what first of all, what diversity means. When you have many different kinds of things. So what do you think biodiversity means? What's bio mean? Yeah, bio means life, right? Like biology, you study life. Let's see. Vlad, Nikita. So what do you think biodiversity means? Different kinds of animals, right? Different kinds of plants, different kinds of animals. Who can read this sentence here?
Me.
Somebody with no points yet. Gets the first chance. Alsace, Jack, Ray, Thomas, Tony. Now's your chance. This is easy. All you have to do is read one sentence. I need to split up the Russians. You, trade with Nikita, please. Who can read this? All right, Alsace. Do you want me to read it first? Is it better if I read it first and then you can hear? All right, I'll read it first. Describes the variety of life across all levels of ecological organization. All right, go ahead, Alsace.
Describes the variety of life on trees or lives of logical or
organization. Very good. Describes the variety of life across all levels of ecological organization.
1.4.
Yes, thank you. Alsace. Very good, Alsace. Variety. Variety. Who knows this word? Variety. Nobody knows this word. Okay. Variety is a lot like the word diversity. It's when you have many different things. People might say, I like variety in my food. Imagine you eat the same thing every day. You get bored, right? All you have is peanut butter sandwich in the morning, peanut butter sandwich for lunch, peanut butter sandwich for dinner. Ugh, boring. It's good to have variety. That means maybe you have pizza in the morning. Well, I don't know who eats pizza in the morning, but maybe you have a steak for lunch, spaghetti for evening dinner. All right. Variety of life across all levels of ecological organization. When we talk about ecological, what's ecology? It's a hard one to describe.
I know. Ecology, if you get factory, you won't go.
If you have a factory, yeah, factory might not be good for the ecology. Who knows this word? Greg was about to say something. Do you know, Greg? No? Okay. Ecology has to do with life and the habitats where animals and plants live. All right. Sorry? Atlas system? Aqua system? Yeah, like where animals animals live in the water? Yeah, that's a good example. Very good. All right. Who can read this right here? Somebody new. Okay, Dennis, I'm going to give you this.
There are three components of biodiversity.
Mm-hmm.
Species diversity, genetic diversity, ecosystem diversity.
Very good. All right. So there are three components. What is a component?
Like
Component.
milk chocolate, this milk chocolate, sugar, and its components.
The parts.
Yeah, the parts.
Mm-hmm.
Computer.
Yeah, those are the components. Yes, very good. All right, Vlad, you got your A for today. I'm not going to mark any more down for you. Nikita also. Very good. So components are the parts of something. Just like Vlad said, inside this computer, there are hundreds of components, little parts that fit together.
Or if you eat different
Yes. Also in food, the ingredients, the things that you put into food, those are different components. All right. Very good. Super Vlad. You know you're my favorite Serbian, but you're going to have to leave Anastasia alone.
I didn't touch her.
All right. What do you think this means, species diversity? We talked about diversity means different kinds of things. So what do you think species diversity means? Okay. Give me back pictures. What do you think it means? Oh, yeah. Species diversity. We talked about, okay, we got two words here, right? Species, what's it mean?
like peace.
Special.
Yeah, there's different kinds of animals, right? So dogs are a type of species, cats are a different kind of species, humans are a species, birds are a species, right? I'm making it very simple, but it's when you have different kinds. What if we had just humans, dogs, and cats? Would we have species diversity? There's just three, right? That's not very diverse. There's not very many different kinds. So what do you think species diversity means?
You have a lot of different.
You have a lot of different kinds of species, right? Is that good?
Yeah.
It's good to have lots of different kinds of animals and plants, right? Maybe one of those is a special medicine, because we get medicine sometimes from plants or even from animals. So the more plants and the more animals we have, the more things we can do with them. All right, so that's species diversity. All right, genetic. Genetic. Anybody besides Vlad or Nikita who has an answer for this? Genetic. What is it? I can tell Jack's thinking. Genetic.
It's like genetic.
Well, in English we pronounce it genetic. Comes from the word gene,
In Russian, it's genetica.
genetica. So you have the word in Russian. So what's it mean?
Can you give like example?
I'm going to show a picture that you guys will understand.
No, it's
Oh, I know who is. What's his name?
You're talking about the Serbian guy?
No.
Crix Watson?
No. I know that
Darwin, yes. This is what we think of when we think of genetics. Everybody seen this before? Yeah, these are genes.
Cold.
This is like, you know, in the computer, when you play a game, somebody spent hours, weeks, months in a dark room. They have pimples on their face. They haven't gone outside in the sun because they've been sitting and writing, right? Writing all of the code, the software for the game. Well, humans are like computer games, video games. We all have software inside of us that makes us look the way we look and have our bodies. So that's genetics. And it comes from the word genes. And it is the special, I'm going to put software. All right, so what do you think this means, genetic diversity?
We have 3 frogs, for example. They have different genetic codes.
That's right. Greg, you were going to say something? Lots of different genes, yeah, exactly. All right, Nikita, you got your A for the day. I'm not going to mark anymore. Greg, very good. Is it okay for a brother to marry a sister?
No, because
Why not?
sometimes
Maybe they like each other.
they have like the same genetic code, and if these like will be together, maybe something.
It's not okay for the brother and the sister because each one of them has very, very similar genes, right? And so if they get together, then maybe their child will have problems.
Or they don't make the child maybe dog.
Yeah. What if we took Nikita and we just made copies of Nikita, so everywhere you go,
I make 50 copy of all of us.
and all we see in the whole school is Nikita. It'd get boring, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, good Anastasia, she's a nice sister, isn't she? Not only that, but maybe Nikita, if he gets sick,
Everybody gets it.
but maybe he has a special problem that if he gets sick in his right ear, maybe he has a problem with his ear, he dies. Ugh! What happens to all the other Nikitas in the whole school? Every Nikita dies, right?
Yeah.
So it's not good. You want people who, they won't get sick if they have a problem with their right ear. Or maybe they only get sick if they have a problem with their left ear, right? Genetic? Don't know that. So genetic diversity. Genetic diversity is when you have lots Everybody get it? Yeah, just go ahead and go. Okay, now we have ecosystem. Who knows this word ecosystem? You might get a clue from the picture down here. What's this a picture of?
It's like economic system.
No, economic is something different. We talked about it. Ecosystem is where animals and plants live. And we have different kinds, right? We might have the desert. Does everyone know what a desert is? Let me put put that in here too. Desert. Who knows what a desert is?
Where is no water?
Uh-huh. Very good. All right, Dennis, you got your A for today. Let me show you what a desert looks like. Yeah, like the Sahara Desert. This is a desert. Does everybody see this? This is a desert. There's no air, or, I'm sorry, there's no water. It's a very dry place. And it has lots of, what's the stuff you see on the ground at the beach? Sand, very good. Good. So a desert is one type of ecosystem, or ecosystem. We pronounce it two ways: ecosystem, ecosystem. What do you call these things that look like this? Mountains. Very good, Greg. Greg, you got your A for today.
You say there is a lot of trees, right?
Yes. Mountains. Forest is where you have lots of trees. I'm going to add forest. You'll have to know all of these words for Friday, okay? So make sure that you pay attention to this. I'm recording this, by the way, in case you want to go back and look at it again. All right, very good. So what do you think ecosystem diversity means? It's a place with lots of ecosystems, Vlad says. Well, that's exactly right. Is that important?
Yeah.
Why? Why is it important to have many different kinds of
There is
ecosystems?
a lot of different animals.
Mm-hmm.
For example, fish cannot live in.
They can't live in a forest, can they, right? They have to live in water. Very good. What time is this class over?
I think 12.
Is it 12, really?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, good. Let's take a 10-minute break. Woohoo! Woohoo! And we'll come back in a minute.